I'll be off to India next weekend. Yeah, hopefully I can catch up on this call in Mumbai next week, and because it'll be about 6:30 in the morning. This call.
Are you excited about the trip?
Oh yes.
Oh, I didn't realize. I keep forgetting it's that soon.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, oops, I only got a week left. Haven't packed my bags yet.
Well, it's 7 o'clock, and that means Central Time anyway, and it is time to start our Asia Pacific call for March 4th, 2022. I'm Carol Ray from Central Texas, and we have a whole host of folks from all over the world here today, and I have been signed out because somebody else has signed in. So hopefully we'll get all that figured out.
Huh?
Yeah, it just said I'd been signed out.
So Cornelia can make Carol a co-host.
But it's not showing Cornelia as host.
No.
No, it says
Oh,
I'm.
it does show. Oh, it
It's
does.
showing Carol as
Show you as host.
It
It
shows you
does
as
show.
host, Carol.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so Charmini, tell us what we have in store for today.
We have Dr. Sandhya, our Vaidya from Tokyo. Is she from Tokyo, Laurie?
No, she's not in Tokyo. She's at her
Bit of,
Nagano-ken, in a small town
Okay.
in north of Tokyo. Yeah.
Okay. So she used to be on our 100 days, our first 100 days course. And she has so much amazing things to tell us. And I'm so looking forward to her joining us. Because she had so much of experience with Dr. Naram and she traveled, literally she was his PA. His pup, his personal assistant, would travel with him all over Europe and America. And so she had so much of experience. And yeah, so I'm looking forward for her to share and also maybe teach us a few things on doshas and how we can look after ourselves better with home remedies and stuff. Because she was very good at home remedies. I still remember those calls we used to have. Yeah.
Aparna,
love
how
it.
are you? We haven't seen you in a while. How are
Yeah, I'm doing good, and I had guests, so I couldn't join last Friday. Dr. Sandhya, I joined the memorial call for Dr. Naram, and I think it was Krishna who called Dr. Sandhya Silent Angel.
Oh,
Yeah,
Simon.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah. Looking forward to hearing from Dr. Sandhya.
So you are in the office or working from home again?
No, 3 days we go to office. From April, it would be 5 days. So I'm starting my 28-day detox on Sunday, because from April, I have to go 5 days a week. And I really want to sit at home.
Oh,
Any tips? So I cannot wait for the next group to start the 28-day detox. So
no, that'll be great.
yeah.
Liz, welcome from New Zealand. You're in a different location tonight and you have a friend with you.
Oh, yes, I've got Nala.
Oh,
Nala. And Zoe. Oh, she's down at my feet. Zoe's my big dog.
Nice.
So it's nice because I'm on the laptop. Normally I can only get on the phone. So I've been trying to, it's nice to use the laptop and see things bigger.
Yeah. So how are things in New Zealand this week?
Oh, it's been a hard week for a lot of the protesters that were in Wellington at Parliament buildings. They'd been there, they camped out there for over 3 weeks. Peaceful, request for our government to, to stop the mandates that's going on and the craziness. And sadly on Wednesday, the police came in full force because there was quite a few there. And yeah, it ended up terrible. To get them out, they created a fire, which got them, of course, naturally people were scared. They were kids, old people. You saw old people being punched to the ground by the police, the pepper spray, children. It was awful, and it was always peaceful. They always wanted it just to be peaceful and loving, and all they wanted was one politician to come out of the Parliament building just to talk, and but no, they wouldn't. They'd just stare at them through the windows. So that was sad that, but they're not giving up, and of course the media twists things around a lot. And but the truth, I've been watching quite a bit of it live with people recording it live, and that's the truth, what you're seeing. But what most people are seeing is on the news, and it's nothing like the truth, unfortunately. So yeah, it was a sad day because they're there on behalf of all New Zealanders. People really want to get back to normal, whatever normal is now. Yeah, but other than that, my youngest has got COVID.
Oh,
But he's fine. He's actually been staying with his friends because they've all got it, staying away from us, because I have to regularly go and see my father who's unwell, and mum and dad are both old, and yeah, so he's trying to protect us from getting it, basically. But so yeah, with Bo's job, he can bring the rat tests home so we can check and make sure that we're all good. So that's what we've been doing this week. So yeah.
so I think we should send Liz an extra blast of love. What do you say we put our hands together and send Liz some love? We love you. We're with you, Liz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope your
Thank you
your
so
son
much.
heals quickly.
Yes, he's good. He's actually good, and I've been giving him all the, the zinc, the quercetin, the vitamin C, and yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Good. Andrea Lacedonia is hello.
You're muted.
Oh, I'm
there you
working.
go.
Yeah, I'm working as I'm listening to you guys.
So you're welding?
No, I'm a metalsmith, so making
Metalsmith.
jewelry.
Oh, jewelry. Excellent. And where I don't remember where you're from, Andrea.
Oh, it's okay. Northern California. And
Okay.
I have a little thing. I wound up when Jana sent me the link for the earlier call to Europe. I went ahead and it was really weird what happened. It was a miracle because I had seen the information about Russia and about, the nuclear power plant. And I was like, oh my God, because I myself was in Europe in 1987. I was there for 19 years, and I was in Switzerland when the cloud from Chernobyl came over us.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know it because I didn't speak hardly any Italian yet. I was there only a few months. And then it later 5 years later, when I was in Germany, finally, then they found out that I had Hashimoto thyroiditis, and it was only like 2-3 years ago that somebody who was there with me at the time said, "My God, didn't you know you got hit with radioactive rain?" Oh no! So they told me I had the worst case they've ever seen, and this was in Germany. Yeah, and actually, I'm hoping when I do the detox, maybe we can get some help there. Who knows? You know, it's still working, but very, very low. You know, but anyway, so when I was what? So that's why I was panicking, because oh my God, more people are going to be exposed to radioactivity if that thing should melt or do whatever, right? So I was thinking, should I get on the call, because it's Europe and that's the biggest power plant that is, you know, on the European continent. And so I thought, should I? And I just glanced at my stove for a second, and it was 11:11. And I go, my guides and angels are telling me do it. So I got on the call. and it was really strange, because after it was finished, I said to my partner, well, I really felt I had to do this, and I'll tell you, blah, blah, blah. And then there was 1, 1, 1. Now, if that's not a confirmation that I was at the right place at the right time, you know, that was it. And it was good to be there with intention.
Yes.
With intention for love and peace. And come on, guys, this is absurd. You know, I mean, this is really, I don't know what else to say.
So I know that in Japan, that one of the herbs that they found was really helpful after the Fukushima issue was Triphalia, that they had some really good results as using it, you know, to detoxify. And they had a lot, they have a lot of scientific studies that they did and the publishings for that. So it's something.
So what that again?
Triphalia, Triphala, Triphalia. So it comes in a
Can
powder or a tablet or different form.
Can it be called?
We have Dr. Sandhya on the call, so
She is
better
here.
to ask her. Good morning, Dr. Sandhya. You're muted. You're muted.
Me?
No, there's
The doctor.
It goes,
she just got, oh, there she go. Hello, hi, Alzheimer's.
Can you see? 1 second. Ah,
Hello. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you.
thank you. Namaskar, namaskar. Sorry that I couldn't really join from the beginning.
Oh, no worries. We're just getting started, and we're
Good, good.
talking about Triphalia and its uses as to detoxify.
Good, good. You're ahead. Oh,
Excuse me, is the name Triphalia, can you also say it as Triphala?
Triphala, yes.
Because I know that then, but I didn't know that for that.
Yeah, the scientific studies that they published, you know, were from Japan that I saw, but to me, it's one of the best supplements out there because of its,
That's
you know,
really,
it has so many different things that it's good for, but digestion and antioxidant and
Carol, did you
fire.
send me something to do for the eyes with that same thing?
with the what?
For your eyes?
Oh, eyes, sure. Yeah.
You sent me.
In fact,
Eye wash.
you said-
You use it for your eye wash.
yeah, yes, you can use the Triphala.
Yeah, I just got the thing to do the eye wash, but I wasn't sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it has a lot of different uses and such.
Well, I have really dry eyes, so this pain in the butt.
Yeah. So just before we get started, and really excited about what we have coming up, but let's take just a few minutes to drop from our busy heads and into our hearts. Take a few deep breaths together, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I'd like for you to give yourself a bit of a hug. Give yourself a little squeeze and remind yourself that you're safe. I am safe. I am love. I am loved. And we're going to open our arms. You can keep your elbows kind of down and open your arms. I am safe. I am loved. I am love. And then open your arms out wide. I am safe. I am loved. And I am loved. And then give yourself another hug. Yes, indeed. And we're going to do a couple of marmas just to get ourselves ready to go. Focus marma, so that we're focused in the present here. And that one is Dr. Giovanni's style, where we start here and we're going to do 6 of these. It's just below the third eye, just above the brow line here. So exhale and blow your finger away. Inhale and it comes back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then 2 new ones that Jana shared with me today from Dr. Naram on letting go of fear that's based on our past experiences. It's on your left hand, the third joint of your index finger. You squeeze it from behind with your thumb and forefinger, right at the base there of that joint. We do that one 6 times to let go of fear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on your right arm, the future of fear. And let's see, if I do this 4 fingers and I flip it over to 3 fingers, it's that point right there. And you press that one 6 times as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And let's just do a couple for our eyes. I'm gonna start at the insides here. We're gonna do that one 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And down at the kind of the base corners there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In the middle, in the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Outside corners right by the bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at the middle of the eyebrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And take another deep breath. Hold for the count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhale all the way out. Thank you, thank you, thank you
Awesome.
for your
Thank you,
time and
Carol.
attention. You're my pleasure.
Thank you. Love them.
So let Bridget in there. Okay, Dr. Sandhya's son, we're so pleased to have you, and we would just love for you to share with us anything. We're going to spotlight you here so we can see you clearly. And we would like for you to tell us what's been going on with you, and where have you been, and how have you been, and what's new in your life since we've seen you last in the 100 days.
First of all, good morning, everybody from Japan. For this invitation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I was living quiet life in Japan. It has been a lot of snow and very cold, and in the very cold area of Japan. So now, in last few days, I started feeling spring has come or is coming.
Cherry blossoms are coming.
Not yet.
Not yet.
The cherry is very famous in Japan, but there is one tree which flowers before cherry, which Japanese people love. And it's very good smell, which is called plum, ume. And that is the flower which tells that spring has come first to Japanese people. And that is their bud now. So one flower or one tree flower, we are waiting.
Now, is that
Cherries.
something that you can get plum wine from by any chance?
That is
Plum
the
wine
one.
ice cream was one of my favorite treats in Japan. I love plum
Yeah,
wine ice
and that
cream.
fragrance, so special. And yeah. So I have been living quiet life and seeing what is going on and hoping, situation will get better with COVID and
Well, you look really great. I think you look 10 years younger, I think, than when we saw you last. So it looks like you're slowing down a little has been agreed with you. It's so nice to see you again and looking so healthy.
thank you very
Yeah. So we've been studying hard in our classes and learning about our doshas and our dhatus and sub-doshas and trying to understand the relationship with our doshas and dhatus with different illnesses. And as we look with illnesses and to try to understand what information do we need to help ourselves and others. And if that's something you would like to talk about, or if there's something else you'd like to talk about, where the floor is yours, whatever you'd like to.
First of all, I flipped the videos and I see faces which I remember. So I'm very happy to meet you all. And I think Sharmini wanted to know my history a little bit, why I choose Ayurveda. So I would like to start from that.
Perfect.
And so my name is Sandhya from Japan. And I went to university in India, West India, which is like Gujarat, state of Gujarat. Before that, I was traveling around. I started visiting India and I liked India very much. So I started traveling around, going back again and again. Then I was just enjoying meeting people there and, discovering the life there. And then I start thinking I have to find something which can become my job or, my one line, straight line, which runs ahead in my life to lead my life. So I wanted to study something which in Japanese language, if I translate, that is like a hand job or work in my hand. So I thought about, I like India very much. So is there anything which is like coming from India and healing? So that was Ayurveda. So one time I went to India to find what is the option to learn Ayurveda. And yeah, I met people here, I met people there. On the way, I meet people who gave me information. Oh, if you go there, I heard that there is a university there, there is a school there in that city. And so I visited few places from North India to South India. And one time, one person, Indian lady from England, told me about this university in Gujarat, and she was Gujarati. So I went to this place, and then there was a university. I didn't even know that there is a university for Ayurveda. And yeah, I met some important person in that university, and he very gently said, yeah, you can learn. It takes 5.5 years course. And it's a serious course, studying from Sanskrit. And because all these classics of the Bibles for Christian people is like, we have these 3 books for Ayurveda, which we all had to study, and it's written in Sanskrit. So we had to study Sanskrit, which is not really like, anatomy or physiology. But anyway, so yeah, and I found out that there was only that university in Gujarat. In whole India, there was only one university which accepts non-Indian students and which can teach in English. So I had no choice, and I went to that university for 5.5 years. And at the end, I was there for 6 years because I took yoga and naturopathy course extra. So it became 6 years, and that was my best 6 years in my life. And then when I graduated, I shifted to Mumbai because I wanted to learn the science, art and science of pulse reading from Dr. Naram. And then I started helping. When Dr. Naram's invited, when he gives lecture or he gives like meetings, then some people from some countries, they say to Dr. Naram, please come to my country. I will host you. Then Dr. Naram answers like, yeah, I would like to come, but I cannot function alone. I need set of people to bring with me. Then I can function. And I was one of those set of people, like, so I started helping his tour in America, in Canada, and that was my training. I was serving my guru, and through that serving, I was learning. Yeah.
I'm curious, when you very first met Dr. Naram, what was it like to meet him for the first time? What did you sense about his energy, and what was your very first meeting like with him?
Yeah, very first meeting was I think my second year in the university, because I was not the only one Japanese. There were like international students, and so we meet and speak, right? And then we speak like a common conversation among Ayurvedic students. Who is the best pulse reader in India? And there were top 3, and one of them was Dr. Naram. And my senior student in the university was already a student of Dr. Naram. And so I took train. I went to Mumbai to see him in his clinic to do, also I wanted to experience Panchakarma, this detox. So I went, and then I arrived at night in Mumbai, and I took rickshaw to his clinic, and that was the day of, luckily, that was the day Dr. Naram was in Mumbai and coming to his clinic and doing this marma treatment in the underground. So there were, when I entered the underground room, there were lots of people, and Dr. Naram was there, and I was taken with my friend to Dr. Naram, and he was like in the middle of treatment. And so very short, like I said, namaskar, and he said, yeah, you came, very good, very good. And he just turned around and he went back to treatment. And so I was just looking around, and yeah, I felt good because he said, yeah, you came good, you know, this kind of positive and welcome. And, but then after that, I didn't really meet Dr. Naram personally because he was busy, right? Always like 200, 300 patients, even more. So he has no private time to talk like this, you know. I was watching, and then slowly, I start understanding or by observation what he's doing and the people around him, students around him, like Dr. Sarita, you know well, and Wasuyogi and Dr. Giovanni. I start meeting them, and I start to see the whole picture of the, you know, and I don't know, it was natural flow. So
What an honor to be asked to tour with him and to be his, so you were a personal assistant to him while he traveled and helped with that, or
like that, but basically I was a student.
a student. Okay.
That first I was a patient.
Mm.
Then I became his student.
And what did you think of his pulse reading?
That is very, 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 very good. Very good. That is really what he does is really the art and science.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm. But I think it only having that technique of art and science of pulse reading doesn't really work like what Dr. Naram did. Was his personality or his training he received from his guru, and there is this combination, whole Dr. Naram. Pulse reading was a part of him. And then his big heart, you know, and the sincerity and attitude for seva and faith to his guru and the lineage, everything is to meet somebody like him was rare, I think.
Oh, definitely.
But I think there are so many people like him in the world. World is large, world is huge. And there are many good people contributing to humanity, I think.
Sandhya, what was
Hi.
the most, well, hi. What
Hi.
was the, so good to see you.
Yes, I'm here.
What was the most memorable thing that you remember from him? What was the greatest lesson or valuable? And if there's 5 of them, share all 5 of them.
Yeah. His focus. He's very much his life when I saw was Vata increasing life, because the number one, like Dr. Naram says, number one reason of Vata going up is traveling. And he was traveling like, I mean, we were traveling like really a lot, but every time when he sit in his desk for the clinic, he's there, focused. Doesn't matter where he is, what is happening, he is focused. And one time he had very bad burn, you know, here with hot water. And when I had even small burn, I feel like that part, my heart shifted there with pain, like tuk, tuk. And I feel like that myself, even with tiny small burn, you know, something hot comes and
Burns it, yeah.
yeah, my pronunciation, okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
He had big, and he had to be on the clinic, and he was focused. So that is very, he was there. Focused means he was there for the patient. That kind of, yeah, that was one of the thing I was amazed.
Thank you. Thank you. I haven't ever met him, but I just am really, when you do talk about that focus, I mean, I do see that many people have shared that his focus was incredible, that they would be in a group of people and everybody felt like they were connected to him in some way, even though his focus wasn't on them. And I don't know, it just seems fascinating to me. But, well, great. So I would like to hear more about you. I don't know about everybody else.
I think I spoke pretty much about myself. So yeah. And now I am doing in Japan, I am doing consultation also, and I go to Italy sometimes, and I would like to go back to India sometime, but basically because of COVID, I had to stop traveling and had to come back to my parents' house, Japan. And lucky enough, my parents are growing grapes. They are both retired and they have piece of land, small, and they are growing grapes. So I'm helping them for last 2 years. And what I discovered is it's really good to be a farmer because of the contacting with Mother Earth. And when the world is like this tornado of COVID, you know, and the worries and just being in contact with the Mother Earth, and above me, blue sky with clouds, and I feel the wind, and that is very grounding and healing. So I am enjoying what I'm doing, yes.
Wonderful. So were you going to talk about doshas? Was there a topic today?
I thought about the herbal remedy. I understood that herbal remedies for each doshas, which means like a home remedy. I understood.
Yes.
So, but some of you, all of you are in the 3 years course, or
No, just some.
Oh,
but
There's
just
some
some.
who are in the 100-day, and there's some who have not been through either of the training, but they've read the book.
So you have some basic knowledge about Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Ama, Agni, right?
Most people have basic understanding of that.
So first of all, it's like Vata, okay? Vata is first of all difference of dosha and ama, right? Ama is something to remove. Ama we never want, right?
Right.
So ama we would like to remove mental ama, physical ama out of ourselves. But dosha we want to balance, right?
Yes.
So vata up, then we try to vata down. So first of all, I think many people know that best is castor oil.
Castor oil.
Yes, castor oil with dry ginger tea every night at bedtime.
So that's going to lubricate the system and help with dryness and constipation and try to get.
Because you try to taste. I don't really take simple castor oil. Myself, I take vaca oil, which is Ayushakti,
Mhm.
and it has got ginger powder and other things also. So it's already mixed in the designed and mixed in the way that it takes care of your vata.
I see. Yeah.
But if you taste it, you feel it's very different from any other oil.
So we have had people who got the wrong kind of castor oil. They got one that wasn't intended for human ingestion. So that created some problems. Susie, you had your hand up?
That rule number one, take eatable, you know.
At the edible
Not
version of
avoidable.
castor oil. Yeah.
That is most important. You don't just take, you choose that if get organic, if you can get organic, or easy way is if you are already taking Ayushakti herbs, you can order plus vaca oil if you'd like to.
So the vaca oil is preferable over the castor oil if you can get the vaca oil for vata.
Up to you to decide, because price is different, you know, situation is different, and like I'm talking in general. I'm not. When I'm consultation, I can ask a lot of questions to persons I can recommend, right? But now is in general, okay? You are the boss of your body and health. So you decide. I'm just, providing information. And there's such thing called vaca oil from Ayushakti. And also on the internet, in Amazon and everything, they have edible vaca oil, right?
Yep.
Right.
So yeah.
Can I ask a
Are you
question?
saying vaca oil, VACA or VATA?
VACA.
Okay.
VACA. Yeah, thank you, Aparna. Yeah, I see vaca oil.
Can I ask my question? So I have the castor oil in the capsule form, which is the edible form. I got it online because I can find the castor oil in the bottle, but I don't know if it's edible or not. So I went online and got it in the capsule form.
Good. And is it 100% only vaca oil?
Yes, it is. It's by the company Now, NOW, and it's very inexpensive, like $10.
Okay.
For 90 gel pills. What I wanted to know is how many should I take? And do I take it in the morning? Do I take it just at night?
First of all, you take at night.
Okay.
Bedtime.
Okay.
Make ginger powder tea. You boil hot water, like I don't know, half cup, and put in the water you put ginger powder and boil.
Like a teaspoon? A half a teaspoon?
Make 2 pinch.
2 pinch of ginger. Okay. So I've been putting too much. I've been putting a teaspoon in a water bottle of hot water and drinking that all day. That's too much, huh?
The oil is very heavy, so it is difficult to digest. So this
not
ginger,
the castor oil, just the ginger. I've just been drinking the ginger. I've been using too much, is what I'm hearing. So 2 pinches of ginger in hot water. How many capsules?
Susie,
of
Susie, I think
castor oil?
I think you're hearing two different things. So she's just saying at nighttime, when you take the castor oil pills, then you take a half a cup of ginger or half a cup of water and put 2 pinches of ginger powder in that. And you're talking about putting a teaspoon of ginger powder and drinking the water all day long. They're two different things that I think you're hearing. Am I hearing that correctly?
Well, but if I'm only supposed to take 2 pinches at night, if I'm doing a teaspoon of ginger in hot water and drinking, I may be taking too much. Is what I was going to ask her. And then how many capsules of castor oil do I take at night with those 2 pinches of ginger in the hot water? That's a half a cup.
I don't know because I have
Pardon?
I don't know because I don't see. I haven't seen a capsule, but does it have recommendation dose?
Oh, let me go look really quick. You can move on and I'll go look for it. I don't want to take anybody's time up. I think it's over here. Let me look really quick. It is 650 milligrams and it's one soft gel.
One what?
Looks like it's one soft gel, 650 milligrams.
One what?
It's the soft shell is a capsule, one capsule.
It's a capsule. It's like a gel here.
Okay.
It's like a
Green capsule, yeah.
here. Let me
And-
take up the picture. Hang on.
So, okay, how are you feeling? For how long are you taking it?
There we go. So it looks like this. Can you see? This big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take it on and off. Yeah, I have one kidney, so I'm kind of careful with how many oils I have, and I kind of feel how but I haven't done it for a while, so I was going to get back on it.
How about kidney situation?
What?
You
I
have
lost
kidney.
I lost my left kidney and adrenal gland to cancer in 2010. So I'm kind of careful with things.
Yeah, I recommend you become careful with things, and maybe you have a doctor. You meet
Yeah,
doctor.
I do.
So you
I do.
consult with the doctor.
I will do that. But we're just talking
Yeah.
about remedies, and I'm Vata Pitta, and winter is when I
You are-
get out of balance.
you are
So
Pitta?
I'm Vata Pitta
Okay. Mm.
with Kapha
Yeah.
out of balance severely because of some other things that are going on. So
Okay.
anyway, because we're talking about remedies, I wanted to make sure I was taking it correctly. That's all. Because I understand I need to talk to, I know I have to talk to my Vaidya.
Yeah, and
I'm not here for a consultation. I'm just asking questions.
so
Did you
yeah, so
understand? I'm sorry.
reduce the ginger from 1 to 1 pinch. Maybe it's better to be careful, and it's really I recommend talk to the personal doctor.
Okay.
Mm.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
it greatly.
Dr. Sandhya,
Yes.
namaste.
Namaste.
Is there any other time of the day that or night that we can take the castor oil?
You are asking the question that if there is any other time,
Yes.
why you are taking something else that you cannot take at night?
No, like the other night I forgot. I fell asleep. So I got up at 4 and I took it at 4 in the morning.
I do that sometimes. I also forget, but then take next night.
Okay.
You don't have to become like very strict. Oh, I forgot one night. It's okay. Don't worry. Take next night.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so one first home remedy I thought about for Vata was castor oil. And second one is when when for Vata, kind of first place when it starts is that the GIT, right? Stomach and the intestine, and you have gas, you have bloating after eating, right? So when you have that after, first rule is like avoid all this food which increase Vata. Like don't take anything dry as such, when you eat dried food, like dried fruits or dried nut, like almond, soak them in the water so that, drying quality will get released by the process of soaking, right? And then you observe yourself, which food makes you bloated. Like it's very common that we say Brussels sprout, these small green vegetables, like very small cabbage-like. And for my experience, when I eat that, immediately I feel bloated, a lot of gas. So when you find out which food makes you bloated, then don't eat that if you can avoid. And then, so I start saying the list of home remedy when you have a gas or bloating, because this is Vata type, okay? Ginger powder, half teaspoon. Black pepper, quarter teaspoon. Cardamom, half teaspoon. And hing, 1 pinch. Put this in the water and add 1 teaspoon of honey and take. But then hing is, be careful with the hing, that it's very strong and often adulterated with wheat. So for the people who are like really cannot take wheat, like celiac and IBS, these people, be careful. They can do without hing. And also the people who think I am so much pitta, these pitta people also have underlined vata. Like when we go for camping, we put fire, we cook with real wood fire. And what we do to make fire strong when it starts coming down?
You blow on it.
We blow, and blowing, then fire goes up. So even pitta has underlying vata. So I had do you know Dr. Neetu Patel from Ayushakti? I was sitting once with her, and she's very, very good doctor. And I like her smile and very warm doctor. And she said sometimes even for the pitta treatment, pitta problems, she gives first treatment for vata. Then only that pitta comes down for some people. So there are many, like, it's not only this for that, that for that. It's very, Ayurveda is very dynamic, or many layers to understand.
So does this remedy also help improve digestion? Hi, Dr. Sandhya.
So improve digestion. Yeah, improve digestion. This is more like after digestion. Improve digestion, yeah, because it comes down the, bloating.
Yeah, I am quite high vata, and I do take Vaka capsule 3 at night. Is there any marma to improve digestion? Because my digestion is not that great yet.
Let me think. Not really. I don't remember. Maybe there is, but I don't think of any now.
I'm remembering one.
Yeah,
right,
please.
On right from the ring finger, 4 fingers down, and right there. Is that one for digestion? That's what I'm remembering.
Okay, good. Mhm. Thank you, Jaina. And also, like, rule number 1 is eat when you are hungry. So when you are not hungry, you can have either fasting or mung soup, right?
Dr. Sandhya.
Yes.
Good
Namaskar.
morning. Namaskar. What about coffee? Because I'm sure a lot of people here love coffee.
Me too.
So is it a good beverage if you have got high vata?
I think 1 cup a day is okay.
Okay.
And
That's
yeah. But the put white sugar in coffee. This white sugar is extremely bad, not good for butter.
okay.
So, you know, like I don't know, the jaggery or this sugarcane, unrefined sugar. If you put cream, cream is very not good. You know, the cow product. So put like almond milk, soy milk.
Yeah, I take my coffee without sugar, almond milk. So just
Okay, yeah. Me too, I like
Okay.
coffee. But anything extreme increase butter.
Okay.
So I feel myself when I have coffee on my empty stomach,
No hungry.
I feel too much like, oh, you know, like too much caffeine I feel. So I eat something before so that it goes, you know, like a cushion for coffee. And
Okay.
but too much taking coffee is no good.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you. I also add cinnamon because I've got cholesterol.
Nice. And many people like put cardamom also, right?
Okay.
Okay. Cardamom and cinnamon. Yeah. Is it okay to take ghee before coffee? 15 minutes, 20 minutes before coffee?
Yeah, I think it's okay, but not together, I feel. Because ghee has this quality to imbibe the quality of whatever is taken together and carry it deep into your body. That is why often, like Dr. Naram's home remedy is with ghee, right? Because ghee becomes carrier of all these herbs so that they work better. And coffee is maybe a little bit too strong for that. So if you take ghee and coffee, like you said, keep gap of time.
Oh, that's interesting because a lot of people are doing this, putting their butter or fat in their coffee. And so if they do that, it should not be ghee.
I personally think ghee is no good, but ghee and butter is two different things. So I know some people put coconut oil, some people put butter, but I personally do not mix ghee and coffee from the Vedic point of view.
That's good. Thank you.
Sandhya,
Mm.
on the bloating home remedy, was that a half a cup of water? How much was there water included in that bloating?
Yeah,
rem-
half a
home-
cup. Okay,
half a
1
cup
cup
of
a day, but not refrigerated cold water. Room temperature water is good.
room temperature.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Mm. But maybe half is better than 1 cup because, like Dr. Smith say, no, do not drink a lot of water during your meal. Otherwise, too much water dilute your pitta in the sense that enzymes and, like digestive juices.
Yes.
Mm.
Awesome.
So,
Wonderful.
mm.
So, Dr. Sandhya, you take this remedy before your meals.
After. You mean that ginger and black pepper, right?
Yes, cardamom.
I understood this is given when you eat and when you feel too much bloating. Then you take this. So pitta, problem often acidity. And dhania, coriander is very good. Cooling herbs. So when you feel acidity, you can take coriander powder teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, with ghee, 1 teaspoon. This is simple one. But also you can take another mixture which has got a bit more ingredients is jeera or cumin powder 1 teaspoon and kala namak, it's black salt, 1/2 teaspoon. And our cooling coriander powder 1/2 teaspoon. Ajwain powder 1/2 teaspoon. And black raisins 11. Soak them. And like soak them in the morning, then take in the evening. Soak them in the evening, take in the morning.
This you're talking about the black raisins.
Yeah, with the other herbs.
With the other herbs.
This is good for digestion and also acidity. But again, for the diabetic people, remove black raisins. And or you cannot like be so serious, like put them in the, like when you start meal, put them all in the water, and after you finish your meal, it's already like, I don't know how long does it take for people to finish one meal, like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then take that also. Important is, like I said, even the dry things has to be soaked to prevent that they increase vata.
I have a question. It's occurring to me that when you're cooking your spices in your ghee before you add them to the mung soup, is that also one of the things that's going to help balance vata? Like I have been lazy and I will just put the spices in the soup. And my mentor, Dr. Pranav, he said it's very important to actually add your spices one by one into the ghee and watch it change color. And there was a process, but when you were just saying like soaking your dry things is going to help decrease the vata, is that an action that is also happening when you cook your spices in the ghee?
First of all, soaking dried fruit in the water doesn't really, in such a way, like you said, reduce vata. It's preventing that thing, dried fruits, to increase your vata.
Okay.
Then, second thing, what I told you about this is home remedy, which is like a sub medicine. Why I say medicine in Japan? Where are you from?
I'm Chinese, but born in the United States.
So in America, in Japan, it's called supplement, you know, that the set of herbs. But in India, that is Ayurvedic medicine. And that medicine we have to buy, right? But then the idea of home remedies is home remedy. You can make remedy in your home from your kitchen. So this is different thing, home remedy and cooking. And what your mentor, Dr. Pranav, says is right, makes sense. In the cooking, art and science of cooking, what is cooking? What is the cooked food you enjoy with all your senses, right? Not only taste, the smell also.
Yeah.
And vision-wise, and its flavor. And I think Dr. Pranav, or your mentor, is talking about this flavor. And the beauty of this Indian cuisine is all these herbs, ingredients are for the flavors and for healing also. That's why many Indian family, they say, yeah, my grandmother used to cook according to my condition. When I was coughing, then my mother or my grandmother change accordingly, no? That day's curries or sabjis, spice. Or maybe like even chai. When they make chai, when somebody in the family is coughing or cough and cold, they put more ginger. Things like that.
Sandhya, the same is true with animals. So in winter time, when it's cold.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
Hi, Sandhya. But in winter, like I volunteer with a rescue organization in India. And in winter, when they're feeding the elephants or the bears, in their porridge, they add extra ginger and spices to warm them.
Yeah, I think
And
so, because
yeah,
they have a Ayurveda for maybe it's not called Ayurveda, but for animals, for horses and elephants, and because they are very important animals in the now also, but before also, right?
Yes.
They were like some temples used to keep. Even now, the elephants in South India have seen, and also horses, and yeah, there is animal Veda. I don't know how it is called, but
yeah, but all the vets that I work with in India all have special diets for each type of animal, and it changes with the weather and with their conditions as well. So they treat the open wounds with turmeric paste. And they're doing very home remedy Ayurvedic type treatments for all of the animals.
That's very nice, and even beautiful, I think. Okay, so now we did vata, we did pitta, so now kapha. Yeah, kapha people or kapha type of problem is now happening because maybe in this 3 years course, you will learn the seasonal. In the 100 days course, there was a dinacharya, what to do in the day, right? When you wake up, I think Dr. Alicia was saying, explaining about, wake up in the morning and then do this, do that kind of instruction, how to spend one day from morning to night. And we have this thing called Rutucharya, so seasonal regimen. How the season change, according to that, our doshas change and balance, how to balance that to prevent the disease which is coming next season. What you should do for the season before and things like that. So now, in short, in winter, our kapha is solidified. Think about ghee. When you have ghee in the fridge, they solidify, right? And when we put this ghee outside in the sun, they become liquid. Also, when I have seen the piece of meat with a lot of fat, that white part, that is cooked in the soup, when you keep it in the fridge, then this fat part become like white, I don't know how to say, solidified. You cook it again, then it become liquid. You don't see any more of this white thing. So similar thing is happening in our body. In cold, our kapha becomes solidified because it's cold. Winter is cold. But then in the spring has come, then warm sunlight, we are exposed, right? So our kapha in our body gets solidified, from solidified form to liquefied form. That is why in the spring we have kapha problem, which is like cough and cold, which is like hay fever, allergy. So what to do with it? It's a turmeric powder, haldi, half teaspoon. Ginger juice, half to 1 teaspoon. Black pepper, quarter teaspoon. Honey, 1 teaspoon. And if you are living in India or if you have this Indian tulsi, holy basil, 11 leaves. Mix all that and take.
What was the one right before the holy basil?
Did I say black pepper?
Honey.
Honey, okay, honey.
Black pepper.
And everybody know the rules about honey, right? Do not heat honey more than body temperature. But this one just mix and eat on empty stomach.
How many times a day do you need to take that? How many times?
I think if you have no problem, once a day is okay.
So if you have the cough and cold 2 to 3 times?
Yeah. And for the people who don't live in India or who are not having many tulsi, holy basil leaves, you can reduce from 11 to smaller numbers.
If we have basil powder, then quarter teaspoon.
Which powder?
Holy basil powder.
Yeah.
Then quarter teaspoon.
And maybe soak with 1 teaspoon of like soak and keep some time so that the, you know, active ingredients can be really.
Thank you, Dr. Sandhya. The other thing is now currently with what's going on in the world,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are having emotional stress.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
with this emotional stress, it's more Vata based.
Yes, because yes, Vata based. Yeah. So what is I like is the home remedy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this is good for all Vata and Pitta also. That having ghee, 1 teaspoon of ghee in the morning.
Oh, okay, morning.
With warm water or hot water. Mm.
And
Mm.
Go ahead.
And this ghee is like I think I'm repeating again like that again, or you already know. Home cooked Siddha Veda medicinal ghee, right?
Yes.
Good.
Homemade.
And
Pardon?
but you started to say something which I stopped.
The mama points, the most appropriate
sorry.
ones. Oh,
huh?
Oh. Your phone blipped. The appropriate mama points are those which is the forehead, the
for the stress,
emotional stress. Yes.
Emotional stress, like we spoke, it is about Vata, right?
Yeah.
So I think I will do calming down, grounding. So like there is two different this Vayu Mudra, which is called Vayu Mudra. Dr. Naram did. One is like 1 finger down and like this. You know that, right? Or you don't? Shall I show you? Or
yes, please. Yeah. Yes, please.
So okay, 1 finger down to the root of the index finger to the root of the thumb, and meet all the other fingers, 4 fingers, both, and squeeze the 4 fingertips to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is type. Number 2 is 2 fingers down. Then meet the 3 fingers, and press each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 6 times. And also, when you are feeling stressed, you feel sick a little bit. So I do this Shankha Mudra.
Shankha Mudra.
You know this?
Yeah. Yes.
And this I do when I need focus in the stress or in the middle of, all that. Okay, now I have to do this. I have to focus. Then I do this and this. Yes. And also, you know, like many people, before earlier, I was more able to manage stress. And now it's gone. I cannot, you know, do good with stress. This kind of thing is happening. And when this happens, when your ojas go down, and that is
Okay.
your mental immunity. Because it's not only physical immunity we need. For our betterment, we need mental immunity. And this physical immunity and mental immunity, they are all both connected with ojas, which is the final product of dhatus.
Yeah.
So again, go back to Agni. Dr. Naram says, right? Take care of your vata, take care of the Agni, take care of your bala. So Agni, digestive fire, is very important. When your digestive fire is good, then your first dhatu, which is rasa dhatu, get formed nicely. So that next dhatu, rakta dhatu, formed nicely. Like that until the end of shukra dhatu, formed nicely. Then it goes to ojas, which is your immunity, mental and physical both. So most important is Agni. Your digestive fire. So not like it's all connected. Yeah.
Carol, you're muted.
Thank you. Many of us are depleted after a surgery, after a stressful event, after going through grieving periods. When you find yourself depleted and you have no appetite and it's just so much effort to put one foot in front of the other. How do you build yourself back? What's the path to start back to getting past that that depletion, mental, physical depletion?
I recommend really this Dr. Naram's, Dr. Smita's Ayushakti herbs to help with this Siddha Veda recommended ghee, medicinal ghee, and marma, like they say, 6 instruments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the herbal remedies, home remedies, marma.
And for the supplements, like Brain 2 and Amruti, is that right? And what would
this is really depends for that personal, you know.
Yeah, it has to be more specific to the individual. Yeah.
I like to ask so many questions to understand, to get the whole pictures. And yeah, because
but in general, it needs to be a holistic approach where it's diet plus marma plus
yeah, that is of Dr. Naram's way. Yeah.
Thank you.
But also stay positive, which is difficult, but even when you cannot become positive, try to be positive. Then this echoing back when you are down, you feel like, oh, I have to get positive. This kind of, how to say, echo in your mind comes back sometimes. Okay, you get positive, you have to get positive, and that is, yeah, important. And I met one patient of Dr. Naram in New York. She recovered amazing recovery she made. Like she was almost, she said, like she was really not alive, back to life. And then she had interview and she was saying like, you have to have this willingness to change.
Mm.
And it has got a lot of effort. But first you need is, you have to have this willingness that you want to change. And this is also what Dr. Naram says. It's very important to know what you want.
Mm.
So, and after Dr. Naram left his body, I've been thinking, and whatever I think, it comes back to this question of it's important to know what you want. And Dr. Naram's son, Krishna, he's doing blog, right?
Mhm.
And I've read his first blog and second blog maybe, and he was saying same thing, that after 2 years, in these 2 years, what is most important, what he realized, is to know what you want.
The quality
What you
of your sleep
mar-
and the quality of
find-
your questions.
Yeah, yeah. And for that, I think Dr. Naram was very clear that he knew what he wanted. That's why he could achieve that much focus, that much, you know, whatever he had.
Unbelievable how many people he could see in a day's time. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Not too many people have that level of energy.
True.
I really love what you're saying, Dr. Sandhya, is, you know, I struggle with that heaviness of heart and heaviness of head. You know, I have those negative thoughts, you know, and I know that Vinay will, every once in a while, he'll send me a little message and it will say, I want to read it because I don't want to mess it up. I think it says, believe that you are well, or believe that you are good. And I just love that because it gives me a focus of where to believe or where to focus on. And, you know, I know that at those times where those emotions, so apparently I need to balance and get my ojas good. But it's like if I focus on those negative thoughts, they just get bigger. But it's like I have to have a pathway of belief, of knowing, you know, let me see if I can get to that feel good place. Let me see if I can, you know, how can I relax and let it be? Or like this morning I had some feelings and I was trying to resist them, and I just said, you're welcome here. Just I'm not resisting you. You just come on, you know, just if you want to be here, be here. And then I was able, then they calmed down, the thoughts or the emotions calmed down. But is there any other suggestions that you have to support or to balance the ojas? Or does it have to go in with the balancing of the doshas in the cycle?
I think best way is balance ojas. I think balance ojas is very difficult. I don't know how to do that. And to be honest, and yeah, start from, so ojas is the final product, right? From
I
and
must be saying it incorrectly. I'm sorry.
huh.
I must be saying it incorrectly. You don't balance the ojas.
As I understand it, it's you would from the Ayurvedic perspective, the way you balance or increase your ojas is you start at the beginning dhatus and the right with the but I think one of the things that I've noticed is when we get stuck, we are our own worst enemy for getting unstuck. And one of the things, I don't remember exactly what this Marma was for, but I remember them talking about it once. And when I've been in a pit, I will play with this particular Marma, and I just do it in 6 sets of 6. And pretty soon, like, I cannot help but put a smile on my face. It just, and so you might try that one, Jana.
It's
Nice.
been a
I've been
while since
very
I've tried that one.
impressed. It's worked every single time I've tried it.
Thank you.
Nice. I will do that also. And ojas, short thing about ojas. There are 2 kinds of ojas. The classic says there's ojas which has got only 8 drops, which I basically, I think it's out of our control because of the ojas we live. Okay, and other ojas is ojas like this. I think people's handful or half handful. I forgot, but so I think ojas is not really we can control increase or decrease, but we can take care of agni. Then all these dhatus form nicely, and good quality of ojas coming, I think.
That makes sense. Thank you.
And more important, and another thing, when you are feeling so down, because I feel down also, remember what Dr. Naram said, or what Dr. Naram said that his guru said. Behind or within every obstacles and difficulties, which include your problem, my problem, everybody's problem, there is a possibility or seed of even bigger what? Growth, or, so
Opportunity.
when I'm feeling so down, I think, wait a minute, I'm feeling so much down, means behind or within this, in the future, it's when I cross over this, when I get out of this, even bigger growth is waiting for me. Then that's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
every opportunity has within it the seeds of equal or greater opportunity or benefit. Yeah.
Important thing is, I think, never give up.
Yep.
That's
There's
awesome.
no quitters around here.
That was very helpful. Thank you.
Wow, this was so awesome. What a great evening we've had. This was so helpful. Okay, if you found this helpful, would you raise your hand? Yay. This was so awesome. And could we all take a minute to put our hands together and send Sandhya some lots of love and appreciation? We'll just give her a little blast of our powerful Shakti here. and such gratitude. We're so grateful for you.
Thank you,
Yes.
everybody. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
for
and
thank you for
Domo
making your
arigato
time.
gozaimasu.
happy, wonderful weekend. Thank you for your
Arigato.
Come back soon, Dr. Sandhya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I hope we'll see all of you again soon. In the meantime, keep those marmas coming.
Yes.
Support one another. Practice Atmiyata and practice Diti Deva Bhava. Those 2 things can help when all else seems to fail, I think. And with that, I will say au revoir, fare thee well, sayonara.
Thank you.
Very much.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you, Dr.
you.
Sen.
I
I
love
love
me
you and I'm with
and I love
you.
you.
Love you and I'm with you.
And thank you to Dr. Naram.
Thank you, Dr. Naram.
Yes,
Dr.
Naram.
you,
Thank you,
Dr.
Dr. Naram.
Dr.